Hey guys, Casual Crono here. In this video I am working on the Ogre Revival Sidequest. It is part of the Into the Hollow, the Kronos Empire Strikes Back, Volume 4, bonus material, I guess. I did the first part, which is the battle with the Red Ogre and Yellow Ogre during my walkthroughs. So what my plan is, I am going to go back, find that footage, and play it next. And what I'm thinking about doing, the wiki has been updated so I can follow along with the wiki, and I'll link to the wiki quest chain in the description of the video below. Each of the battles I will record that part, because the rest of it seems to be just kind of running around. That said, I'm at the, what looks like it's going to be the second battle in a moment, but I thought I would highlight one thing. In the Vasu Mountain, well, the Edax Vasu Mountain, I think it was right there. It was behind one of the horrors. There's an item that will definitely be of use, particularly if you have Earth teams, which I will. There was a Grasta, and it was Power of Offense E. So, Earth stance. So if you have this Grasta equipped, and it looks like it is shareable because I fully upgraded it, all characters' damage in Torn Earth stance will improve by 15%. So if you have, and I realize this is a Win team, but if you have an Earth team, that would be a great Grasta to throw on a reserve character, possibly even a main character if you can sacrifice a Grasta slot. But that means this entire team would, each character would be doing 15% more damage. And with the damage caps raised, characters that were previously hitting damage cap like Shannon can, now she can do more and possibly 15% more. So I wanted to bring that up really quick since I ran across it doing this quest chain. Oh, I'm glad I stopped by. Okay. It didn't say this was a major trial, so I'm guessing we'll just auto and see what happens. Oh yeah, they don't have that much health.
Chester did good.
Alright, I am in Edax Mahora Lake. I'm near the quest marker, and if the wiki is correct, I'm about to fight the Red Ogre and Crazed Sword Demon. I also noticed there's a little yellow Leica back there, so I'd like to try and reach that one if I can. The team I'm using is the same team I used for my walkthrough. Regular Cesta, equipped as such. Plus 50 power badge. I had someone ask where I got a plus 50 badge, and if you get the Phantom Crystal Dimension, you know, the white key, and you get cat stamps every time you go in there, once you hit the 1700, 1800, 1900 mark, you start getting the plus 50s. So the power plus 50 badge is because I basically go to the Phantom Crystal Dimension a lot and fail and get sent to the dungeon. This gear for Tsubame, Altar. This gear for Melody. And between the Lustrous Ring, which improves status resistances, and the upgraded Purity Staff, which improves status resistances. Melody is running at 90% resistance for just about everything. She has the HP 2000 badge, which I think might have been a cat stamp reward as well. If not, I want to say the Wizard Tower might have had that for sale in the Hollow. So the wiki has all that information if you're wondering where a particular badge or piece of gear is. Shiny Altar with a plus 20 to stats. Otoa with gear, well, technically Grasta, that is designed to improve Sesta. Same with Tome. And sidekicks, Tetra and guns. Tetra with the Soothing Bell, which if you're unfamiliar, it slows Tetra down but improves restoration. So the idea, I'm assuming, that the developers had, which I've been running with, if Tetra is slower, Tetra will go usually after some attacks and heal back damage. So, and Gunts, doesn't really matter what Gunts' equipment is. I keep him in the back, basically just when the AF gauge is empty, all stats go up by 20%. And that can happen even if it's not the primary sidekick. So, alright. I'm assuming this is an automatic cutscene. Oh, it's not. Alright, well, let's get the rock and the Leica. And this is my first Leica. I understand they're kind of scattered around. I think you get them as a sidekick eventually. Probably have to either complete a quest or collect them all. Seems pretty hyper. Okay, I haven't read too much about the Leica sidekick. I know you have to find a red and a blue one. I'm not sure if it's just the 3 or if there's like multiple ones of each color. So anyway, that aside, we'll worry about that later. Let's check this out and fight whatever it is we have to fight. Alright, Master Difficulty, Red Ogre, and Crazed Demon Sword. They're not level question mark, so I'm kind of thinking it's kind of a normal fight. Let's find out. Malediction, Depravity, Dragon Manifest, Twin Blade.
Listen, these are the cries of the faceless.
Oh yeah. Not too challenging. Decent amount of experience, though.
Let us rest for now.
So I'm in the hidden village Itose, and I just found a Dispel Evil bracelet. It's over here to the east of the weapon and armor shop. Also looks like one of those solidified melodies is over here. So just FYI, while you're doing this, I don't even know what that does. Alright. Dispel Evil Bracelet. Cover Refresh. Wonder if it mass dispels the entire team. Well, anyway, that's where that bracelet is, should we find a use for it. Alright, according to the wiki, I think I'm about to fight Nozuchi. Oh, it's a major trial. Okay, this is Master Difficulty if it should matter. Alright. Harder does not mean impossible. Weak to slash. Alrighty. So this is what we're going to do. Since it's a major trial, and this is master difficulty, we're going to blow the AF gauge and get Gunsa's aura going. We do all 3s, all 2s, and all 1s. I'm going to Starving Wolf with Sesta, and then when the AF gauge gets to about 25%, I'll start watching her little countdown timer and try to Twin Blade. 3, 3, 3. 2, 2, 2. All 1s. Twin Blade. Alright, looks like we took down the Void Shell. So just kind of rebuff. Don't really need a rebuff, that was turn number 1. Alright, looks like this thing might have 1 life. So we're going to Twin Blade, we are going to Hinjaku Neku Rambu. We will go ahead and see, it does not look like Pain is on there, but it could be that barrier prevents. Sometimes I'll see like a barrier that prevents the first couple of status ailments. We'll try a Depravity again. Maybe it just missed. And Toad Street. Yep, there's Pain.
These are the cries of the restless.
Alright, there goes probably 1 life. Yep.
Take this.
Alright, Void Shell is weak to piercing. Alright, so we're going to target the Void Shell. No. That could be bad. Alright. We are going to target it. We're just going to go ahead and Twin Blade anyway. And see what happens, I guess.
Listen. These are the cries of the restless.
I was hoping that weak to 1 did not mean null to the rest, but I thought in the last AF burst, everyone was doing damage at some point. Alright, let's take a look. Piercing attack, weakness. Still null. These are all magic attacks, or blunt technically, and blunt attack. She would be slash, he would be slash, so not really sure if I'm going to be able to do much at all with this boss. We'll go a couple of turns, see if something changes, and if not, we'll probably have to force quit and try a different composition.
Listen. These are the cries of the
wonder if it's possible. Yeah, it might shift its weak to blunt. Okay. So it could just be if you hold out long enough, you can do some damage, which Toadstrib is blunt. Magical Smash is blunt. Alright, so let's do Magical Smash and Toadstrib.
Listen, these are the cries of the voiceless.
Looks like some of Cesta's attacks might have been blunt as well. Alright, looks like one more round of Twin Blade should do it. Let's go ahead and Dragon Manifest, Magical Smash, and Toadstrib again.
These are the cries of the voiceless. Take this.
Alright, we'll use the next turn with the AF Burst and get the life down. Alright, so we'll do 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, and all ones. So 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, all ones. Keeping an eye on the health bar and an eye on the AF gauge. Looks like the boss is out of health, so it doesn't really matter if I Twin Blade or not. So let's just go ahead and redo the 2s. I do this because sometimes some of the skills stack, and I don't have the opportunity to stack them a lot of times.
This is the power of a true shinobi.
Alright, let's see what it does now. Is that it? Yep. Alright, so if you find yourself null, if you could just wait out a couple of turns, it'll shift its weakness. I've made it to the next area that looks like it's supposed to have a battle. A major trial awaits, and it looks like it's Kodama, which I'm a little curious about. Kodama in the past has been null to wind. This is my wind team. So it's highly probable that I'm going to have to force quit and change teams. I thought Kodama was a plant creature. Returning magic? Interesting. Not quite sure what that means. It also might mean... oh good, it is not immune to wind. Okay. Let's see what that was about. Okay, life point, yeah. Okay. Reduces damage by 30%. Otherwise, whatever. You know, I don't think I filled up my AF gauge since the last fight. Oh well. Twin Blade Wolf. Dragon Manifest to reduce wind resistance. Depravity for pain and the barrier. And Malediction. The usual starting routine for my wind team.
Listen, these are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, I see damage. Oh, yeah, there is some damage going on. Not Cesta's usual best, but Kodama will use the zone power. Okay. If by using the zone power that meant doing 181 damage to the tank, I'm not that worried. But it did... Actually, no, it didn't drain anything. Melody put up a new zone, so... Alright, Twin Blade. This time Fierce Feline, Magical Smash, and Toad Strib.
Listen. These are the cries of the faceless.
Alright, there goes one life. Kodama is out of control. Alright, looks like it retained its debuffs after the life point. Alright, gonna use his own power. 370 damage. Still not a major concern for Shaney. Okay. Looks like it's stacking some type of buff. Yep, it looks like it's a permanent power and int increase. And it's going to keep stacking. Probably at the end of every turn that has a zone, it will stack. If there's no zone, then there might not be any stacks. Either way, we have an AF gauge. It's used up a life point. I'm thinking let's just blast it with Starving Wolf and all the ones and see where that takes us. 1, 1, 1, 1. We'll work in one depravity. Just for a barrier, just in case, because you never know. It looks like the boss's health is down, so now I'm going to do the 2s and make sure all that is rebuffed. We're going to do the 3s, make sure they're all debuffed. And we'll just continue with the 1s for fun now. Alright, is he going to revive? Apparently not. Alright, so Kodama is not immune to wind and was not a major threat with this team. Alright, next fight. A major trial awaits beyond this point. According to the wiki, we are fighting Sanshi, which if I open up that page, all it says is possible immunity to wind element, ? It's like they're not sure if it's immune to wind. So we have our wind team, let's find out. If it is, we'll force quit and try another team, and if not, hopefully we'll beat it. It's a lot of eyeballs. Alright, is it immune to wind? Let's see. Alright, so barriers on my team are not terribly helpful. Alright, it says no. No. And no. Okay. So it's looking like this is not good. So we'll go a couple of rounds, see if it maybe shifts at all. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and just do our usual 3, 2, 1 thing. So 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, all ones. Twin Blade, just in case. Aha, something did damage in there. Not much. Certainly not enough to prolong this fight unnecessarily. Alright, we did 52 million damage, somehow. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to wait about 5 turns and just see if at some point weaknesses change. So attack, attack, attack.
These are the cries of
It looks like Sesta's very first hit does some damage. That one was 131 million. Looks like thunder is okay. I think that's what Tetra attacks with. Alright, so attack. We'll redo depravity.
listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, so whatever Sesta's first hit is okay. And Tetra's attack is okay. It's not doing much to hurt my team though, so that's good to know. So the question is, does it have any weaknesses? Is it just immune to wind? Like, what's its deal? So, what I usually do in these situations, once I've seen this, I can see that wind is not working. My usual next natural choice is to go to Xianghua. She's null type damage, so if it is immune to other elements, Xianghua should bypass that. Benedict might also be a good choice because it looks like Sesta's first attack is having some type of effect. And I'm thinking that's a slash attack, so Benedict with his slash, his timber, might work pretty well. It's also a null type attack, so if this thing is immune to other elements, it won't bother Benedict. Alright. If I wanted to have a very long, drawn-out battle, Sesta can knock off 60 million to 130 million, it looks like, per Twin Blade. And this team, it's not like he's destroying the zone. I will have Twin Blade over and over and over again, so that part's not an issue either, but that would take a while. So, technically, yes, winnable. Am I going to do that? Probably not. And by probably, I mean I'm not. I'm going to go ahead, unless he changes this turn, I'm going to go ahead and force quit, and we'll try another team. Okay. Still no. Alright, so we're going to force quit. And instead of jumping right to Xianghua, because I don't think she's going to have problems on this boss, let's learn a little bit more about it. Let's try Fire Team next. If it's null to wind, maybe it's weak to fire, right? Alright. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. We are back. So, Tetra does a magic attack, not necessarily thunder. So a basic magic attack we know will work on this boss. So that tells me that Shanghua should destroy this thing, no problem. So let's experiment a little bit. Where's my fire team? It's null to wind, so let's try fire. If it's null right away, we will force quit. We might try one other team, just for learning purposes. Maybe we can update the wiki with this information. She doesn't need anything. But I also don't want to spend all night on a boss once we pretty much know how to kill it. So, alright, so here's the fire team. Ewan is the main damage dealer. And we are going to see if it's also immune to fire. Alright, let's take a look. Actually, she's not the best one to look at. Alright. Weak to fire. Kind of what we thought. At least weak to lava impact. Weak to hypnophobia. Yep, alright, I think we found the weakness. It's fire. Alright, so we have an AF burst, so we're just going to do all 3s, all 2s, and then all 1s. 3, 3, 3, 3. 2, 2, 2, 2. Usually I can't quite get all of them in, so that was pretty good. So now we're just left with all 1s. At this point, Ewan should be very, very, very deadly. Overload, Lava Impact, Hypnophobia, and Mortal Sin. And there goes Ewan. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Told you he was deadly. Alright, did he clear his buffs? Let's see, ignores resistances and inflicts sleep. Oh, it's taking aim at my tank. And Tetra wakes up the tank anyway. Okay. Well, we used to up its life point, so we're just going to attack, 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 and attack again. Ewan should very easily take care of the boss. Alright, so this guy, weak to fire. Alright, shortly after the Sanshi fight, we work our way through and end up in the open air gallery. According to the wiki, we are about to fight 2 ogres. I've switched back to my wind team and I've re-equipped them. And I see 3 ogres. And at the moment, the wiki has no entry on either one, so I don't know if they're immune to wind as well, or what their deal is. So we're just going to wing it like we have been pretty much this entire quest chain. Alright, same thing we always do. We're going to blow the AF gauge, 3s, 2s, and 1s while starving wolf. Looks like resists. And resists don't bother me. Okay. So we're going to do Starving Wolf, and then 333. Starving Wolf, 222. And then all ones, again, when we hit around 25%, I'll try and switch over in Twin Blade if I can. 1, 3, 3, 3. 1, 2, 2, 2. All ones. Watching the AF gauge. I think now's a good time to attempt a Twin Blade.
These are the cries of the beasts.
Alright, Twin Blade took down one. And we still did a lot of damage to the other one. Not quite enough to down it completely. Okay, the first one used up a life point. Link stance. Not quite sure what that means, but the other one just hit me for 24 points of damage, so I'm not sure how much I care. Alright. Let's go ahead and Twin Blade down the back one. Attack. Let's go ahead and Depravity again. I like having the barrier up. And Toadstream. This should take life point. Oh, that thing has a lot of health. How Ogre got out of Link stance. Okay, well. We are going to Twin Blade again because that's what we do. Turn 3, we're going to redo some of the buffs and debuffs. Looks like that Hell Ogre in the back is stacking up its own buffs. Alright, it used a life point. Looks like it entered Link stance. Again, not quite sure what that means. Alright, it's finally doing more damage. But it also looks like when it revived, it cleared its debuffs. But that's okay, we have an AF gauge to work with now, so we're about to lay down a bunch of debuffs. Let's target the back one this time. We're going to do same thing as before. Starving Wolf, all 3s, all 2s, all 1s. Starving Wolf, 3, 3, 3. Starving Wolf, 2, 2, 2. All 1s. And so now we have a ton of debuffs. And whatever we're doing is taking off a lot of health. We might be able to save the Twin Blade. Yep. Okay, we're going to switch over and target this one. Twin Blade. Alright, looks like we're able to knock out a life point for each one. Alright, the other one's going to lose its life point. Okay, they're both in a link, so that's probably bad news for me. Alright. The team took about 3,000-ish, maybe, in damage. Okay. And they cleared their debuffs, so it's time to debuff. We are going to, below the AF gauge, we can use Injaku Neku Rambu Actually, if they cleared their debuffs, I could use this opportunity to do Dragon Manifest and reduce wind resistance. Because I should have this buffed up. Let's do that. We're going to do Dragon Manifest and Toadstream. And that will at least reduce some wind resistance for this turn. Okay. We will Toadstream. We will Depravity, because they need their barriers and everything back. Looks like they still have pain. That's good. Injaku. And let's go ahead and Twin Blade the front one. It seems to have less health.
There. Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
No, maybe not. Maybe while they're both linked, they share a health pool. And she's going to debuff them even further. Alright, looks like the team is back at full health. Thank you, Tetra, and thank you, Melody. Working our way back up with the AF gauge, so let's Toadstream, let's Magical Smash, Fierce Feline, and Twin Blade.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
All right. We have a mostly full AF bar, so let's focus on downing the front one. Why not? So we've already done the 3s and the 2s, so we should just be able to blast the 1s. And again, around 25%, we'll switch over. 1, 1, 1, 1. All right. Looks like the health bar is starting to move with that combo. Yep. Starving Wolf alone looks like it's chewing through one ogre. Now we'll focus on the other as best we can. Oh wow, Starving Wolf is just destroying them. So much for the resists. Alright, looks like both ogres have lost all their health. So we will try Twin Blade just to make sure.
These are the cries of the voiceless.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. At least for the first one. And it looks like for the second one. Okay. So these resist wind, but they're not null to it. And if you kill them both at the same time, then they have a linked attack. But that was really the only thing that did a severe amount of damage. Again, on Master difficulty. Alright, next, I think possibly final challenge. We are now in the upper Edax Ogre Spike. And according to the wiki, we are about to fight the Edaxian Zennon Ogre. Like the Death Ogre and Hell Ogre, there is no entry for Zennon Ogre, so I do not know if it's immune to wind attacks or what. I don't know how hard this is. This is Master difficulty. I don't know how much health it has, etc., etc. Alright, here we go. Edaxian Zennon Ogre. Master difficulty. Looks like there's arms, there's a body. Not sure which arm we should kill first, but we are definitely going to blow the AF gauge. Oh, that's not good. It absorbs wind. Magic. Magic. Okay, so it absorbs wind. That's not good. When AF gauge is full, barrier pierce, and my damage decreases. So I should try not to let the AF gauge go all the way. Physical and magic resistance is increased. Large. So again, that tells me Xianghua with her null attacks and her ability to ignore resistances, because Horizon treats defense as 0, she would probably be a very good person to use. Now, if it's null, or if it absorbs wind, does it absorb other things? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to blow the AF gauge. We'll just go ahead and attack the main body, see what happens, do our usual routine, and we might force quit after a turn or two and try a different team just to learn, because this is all relatively new content. It hasn't even been out a week yet. 1, 3, 3, 3. 1, 2, 2. And it looks like 0 damage. Has a shield. Magic attack took Tetra's magic attack did a little bit of damage. Alright, let's see if it continues to absorb. Yes. Yes. Alright. Let's go ahead and do all ones and just see what happens. It's a lot of green. Interesting, it's also not... Well, I guess because I'm not doing damage. I was going to say it's not increasing the AF gauge, but... Alright, I saw some status effects. Ooh, and a stone. I forget if Tetra heals stone. Right, let's just see. Alright. Once again, Cesta's very first attack did do some damage. Of course, it was healed right back, but... Okay. I guess Tetra does heal stone. Either that or doesn't last very long. And it does not look like that absorb is going away. So we're going to force quit. Do we try another element, or do we... You know what? Let's try either thunder, crystal, or shade. Alright, either way, I'm going to force quit really quick, and let's try something else. While my game was restarting, I was thinking about which team to bring in next. Thunder and crystal are my main choices. I'm still developing a shade team, and I think I'm going to use the null team as the last resort. So I started thinking about it. Izuna is Stellar Awakened. She's going to fill up the AF bar immediately at the start of the fight, because that's just one of her stellar abilities. Plus, the Thunder team tends to fill up the bar pretty quickly, and we saw that that will reduce their damage because of the aura. So I think we're going to try Crystal team, and we're going to use Nilia to learn more about the characters as well. So here's the Little Lily, Melissa. So I'm going to go back to the Little Lily. I'm going to give her the plus 50 badge. A little extra damage, hopefully, if not null to it. Alright, Nilia. I actually don't have... Alright. So, Nilia, when I looked at her skills, she's primarily a damage dealer. She doesn't have that much in the way of party buffs. So, Elpis, weapon. Dryad's necklace for the critical strength. Badge. Lately, I've just been doing power badges, so we'll give her a plus 40. For Grasta, we need the pains. Gleaming Power of Pain is on Thililily, so we are just going to grab some... We need one with MP consumption. I wonder if we have any fist ones I can steal. One with Bullseye, of course. Alright, Power of Agony with Bullseye, there we go. Not Power of Poison. Really? I don't have any other Power of Pains? Okay. I did see, when I clicked on the All list, there was a generic Power of Pain with MP consumption. If you're building a damage dealer, those are pretty much Pain with Bullseye, Pain with Rose with Thorns. Should be 2 of your Grasta. The third one is kind of sort of up to you. If I do Brute Power of Pain, her type attack will go up a little bit. Not quite as good as Gleaming, but it's still a Pain and type attack. So we'll do that for her. Alma. Oh, you know what we should also do? Let's go ahead and save this set. And I name my sets that might be too many letters. I usually do element followed by roll. So if you look at Alma, for example, element, roll. If you look at Melissa, element, roll. She's support. And that way, for characters, like if Nilia had more than one role, if she was Crystal DPS and Blunt DPS, I could tailor another set for her Blunt set. Or like Thililily, she is excellent for damage, but a lot of her skills could be used as a support character as well, like Slash support or Crystal support. So, let's see. Moving on. Melina. Crystal back. And it's mainly more for enhance if max HP fists. Is that a good choice? Fist. Alright. Power of Awakening. Crystal Zone will only be awakened a few turns and then it stays normal. Power of Crystal Fists would be good. Because if she doesn't have max HP, those two don't kick in, but that one would. Alright, we'll just go with that for now. Sidekicks. Moke has to be one sidekick for Thililily if you want to use her as DPS. Tetra, apparently a good other sidekick. Alright, I think that's everything. So let's try a Crystal team on Edaxian Zennon Ogre and just see if Crystal is good or not. Alright, here we go. Now, my Crystal team's opening sequence is a little different. There's no reason for me to blow the AF gauge right away. We don't have guns around, so therefore the team won't benefit. Alright, let's see. The body is weak to either Crystal or Slash. Looks like Hornet Hail, which is also Crystal or Slash. Alright, Glint Gale, that's a wind attack, so that's going to be absorbed. Alright, Moonsault Meteor. Weak to that, so that's a blunt attack in Crystal. Alright, and Alma, Crystal Magic. Alright, so I think we can safely assume Crystal it's going to be weak to. So the question, do we attack the arms, or do we attack the body? Or do we just attack everything? Photon Messiah is great. It inflicts pain, attacks all enemies, and Sword and Heart, of course, will as well. You know what? For turn 1, let's go ahead and... Let's Promised Land. Let's Nephrite Boost. Let's Horizon Shop. And we're going to Refraction Bullet. It inflicts rage, but it's not a guaranteed rage, so I have to kind of keep an eye out on that. Alright, looks like rage worked. Okay, Alma's going to start doing counterattacks and healing whenever she's attacked now. Alright, turn 2. We're going to Luster Glare. We'll go ahead and... We're going to attack the body and do a Horizon Chop. Because when I hit a weak point, that will cause the duration to last longer. We'll go ahead and Glint Gale right now. And Apostle. Looks like Apostle... Oh, that's interesting. It's absorbing the Crystal Slash attack now. What changed? The body is still weak to Hornet Hail. But that's weird. Okay, well, either way, we're still going to Apostle. Alright, Luster Glare, Horizon Chop, Glint Gale, and Apostle.
Wide open. I won't lose.
Alright, time for her to counterattack. Alright, now on the next turn we're going to have to blow the AF gauge. Alright, so it's weak to Photon Messiah again, so I'm not sure what was up with that turn 2. Alright, we'll just attack... You know what, we're just going to attack the main body and see what happens. We're going to do basically Photon Messiah over and over again. We're going to do Hornet Hail over and over again. Moonsault Meteor over and over again. I should do a Beast Kick special. Oh well. And Luster Glare over and over again, and we're just going to see what happens. Okay, so basically all ones, when we fill up the Stellar Bar, we're going to go ahead and do, once we get close to the end, we will blow it and do Sword and Heart. When we do, we're going to lose Sword Wielding Savior state, so Photon Messiah won't be as strong. So that's why I'm going to wait towards the end instead of doing it near the beginning. Okay, so all ones, right? 1, 1, 1, 1. Alright, both arms are already dead. The body looks already dead. So let's go ahead, do Sword and Heart. Let's go ahead and use this to... Oh, we could do Exposed. I mean, not that that really matters, but... Yeah, let's try it. And we're going to go ahead and Kaleidoscope.
Irregular performance
Because I'm using it in a burst, Sword and Heart will give Moke 5 charges, and I can immediately recharge it. And let's just go ahead and rebuff and let it go down. Alright, consumed a life point. Arms regrow. Right, this is turn number 4. Alright. So that means Alma is no longer invincible. She lost that on turn number 3. We're going to go ahead, switch sidekicks, Moke Rampage and get in our 5 points of damage, switch back, and now we have Sword and Heart again. I'm a little tempted just to go ahead and blow Sword and Heart right now, while all the buffs are still good. But let's be good. Let's do a Photon Messiah. Let's do Hornet Hail. Let's see what a Beast Kick special does. And we need to Refraction Bullet it again because with the arms regrowing, they no longer have Rage. It actually looks like the body lost Rage as well.
No problem.
That was a lot of damage to the arms. Okay.
Not bad. I won't lose.
Alright. Kind of a close call with the counterattacks. Alright, Photon Messiah is doing the weird absorb things. Same with Hornet Hail. Same with everything. Alright. So this... is there any reason for that? Let's see. Okay. I wonder if that's part of a counterattack. Physical, magical, physical, magical. Okay. So we'll use this turn. We already have Rage. Let's go ahead and Brain Record. That won't cause... Actually, you know what? We're going to Lunatic on her and try to get back into Alchemaic High. We'll go ahead and... Lunatic. I don't like the counterattack, so... let's just Glengale. And we redid Promised Land, so let's redo... Actually, let's avoid the counterattack and have her also do Promised Land. So the only counterattack will be on Melissa, if I did this right. Well, it's going to be a lot of healing counterattacks. Was she already in her Alchemaic High? Did I just blow the Lunatic for no reason? Well, the Ogre's certainly liking this. Fortunately, it must have enough health. It's not really moving its health bar much. Alright, Alma. Appreciate your zeal. Okay. It looks like it's weak again. Yep. Alright, well. This, I think, is final turn of sword-wielding Savior State. Yes, one turn left. So you know what that means. Sword and Heart. Hornet Hail. Let's do... Let's do the Beast Kick special. And Luster Glare. How's the rage? Good? Good. Alright. Alright, Sword and Heart did the job. So I'm guessing, if I'm figuring this out correctly, it looks like when the boss has the counter attack up, it absorbs temporarily, I guess, whatever type of attack it got before. So since we did crystal attacks, it absorbs crystal. Or possibly it might just absorb everything. So if you have one skill on your toolbar while the counter attack is up that doesn't attack, then I would use that skill. And wait for the counterattack to drop, and when it drops, it looks like this boss is weak to crystal. Possibly thunder, shade, and the others. We know it absorbs wind. So I think a crystal team obviously works. A null team like Shanghua would probably work. Possibly Benedict, if it's not also absorbing slash. So anyway, I will shut up so I can avoid the rest of this dialogue. So according to the wiki, once you complete the quest chain, if you run down here and talk to Neko Masa, he's supposed to give us something good. Oh, look who it is. Alright, so he was very nice and left me with a sword. Alright, the Zennon blade. So it has a crit of 100% and it improves critical strength damage. And from what I understand, it can be reforged. The critical strength right now is supposedly about 15%, and it can be reforged up to 30%. So if you need a 100% critical strike weapon with 30% extra critical damage, Zennon blade is for you. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that covers all of the fights from the Ogre Revival Sidequest. You saw that you will definitely, like one team like a Shanghua team probably could handle all of them. But if you use elements like I do, I needed at least, well, the wind team did most of the work. There was only 2 bosses it couldn't handle. One of them, which absorbed wind, I was able to swap over and use my fire team. I kind of wonder if the crystal team might have worked for that one as well. And then the final boss was weak to crystal. I didn't try other elements, so it might have been weak to thunder or shade as well. Technically it might have been weak to fire, water, and earth, but chances are if it absorbs wind, it probably absorbs the base 4. I guess time will tell. Anyway, unless you have Xianghua and a good support team for her, you probably want to have more than one team ready for this. Crystal team definitely is nice for the final boss. A crystal team might handle all of it. So, which might make sense because Nilia is the current, everyone has to have her because she's the anniversary unit. So it would make sense that the game would give you a reason to want a crystal user. So, alright ladies and gentlemen, hope this helps. Casual Crono, signing out.